Warning, this video and channel may not be suitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised. With that being said, I hope you enjoy. You have been warned.
Perfect.
I hope so.
Gentlemen, we have survived.
For now.
Now, it is time to prosper.
Arthur and I were about to prosper in Blackwater. We were onto something big. Then Micah got you all excited about that ferry, and here we are.
We have all made mistakes over the years, Hosea. Every last one of us. But I kept us together. Kept us alive. Kept the nooses off our neck.
I guess I'm just worried. I ain't got that long, Dutch. I want folks safe before I go.
Me too.
And now we are stuck east of the Grizzlies and out of money, and a long way from our dream of virgin land in the west.
I know, my brother, but we are safe. We make a bit of money here, then we move again, head out around them, be west of Uncle Sam. In a few months, buy some land.
I hope so.
Would you just look around you? This world has its consolations.
That is pretty.
Gentlemen, I'm going to head into the local town and, see if I can strike up a little business.
Of
All
course,
right.
Herr Strauss. I prefer robbing banks to usury. Seems more dignified somehow. Now, everyone, put your tools down for a moment. Come on, gather round. Quickly now. I know that things have been tough, but we are safe now, and we are far too poor. So it is time for everyone to get to work.
Get to work, but stay out of trouble.
All right.
Remember, we are itinerant workers.
Laid off when they shut down our factory to the north. Now get out there and see what you can find. Uncle, Reverend Swanson, no more passengers. It is time for everyone to earn their keep.
There is a town a little way down the track named Valentine. Livestock town, all mud and morons, if I remember right. That seems a decent place to start.
And, we need food. Real food. That means every day. One of you.
And remember, whatever it is that you find.
All right. Donate money and
Yes,
valuables to
yes,
camp to upgrade
slice.
ammo, food, and other camp supplies.
Now be sensible out there.
Now the girls have your tent ready, Mr. Morgan. Come with me.
All right.
You two will be ready.
All right, got some stuff
we
I
put
can
you over
donate.
here.
I'm sure everything will be fine, Miss Grimshaw.
It should be. Most of your stuff from Blackwater got saved.
Everything apart from my money.
Oh, don't blame me.
Well, we can always make more money.
We're gonna have to. Miss Jackson!
Sleep,
I
shave,
said
change
shit
clothes, or
before
store weapons in
conversation.
the
You
weapon
do it
locker
properly.
at your tent. Well, that's gonna pretty much do it for the, I guess you could say, prologue of the game, because now we are into Chapter 2, Horseshoe Overlook. Goodbye, prologue. Now the game's gonna start opening up quite a bit. A couple of weeks later. Man, that's pretty.
Got
What a
off
view.
the mountain and rode east into some pretty enough country called the Heartlands. Ain't been this far east in many a year. Dutch seems a little better. His eyes are sparkling once more, and I can see he's thinking a little clearer. I think we all feel a little happier, in spite of Blackwater and that whole mess.
Arthur?
Jose?
Eat, drink, and
Right
rest
away.
and maintain your course.
Let's hope so.
There's a bunch of the boys already in Valentine. Bill,
Okay.
Charles, and Javier. And Swanson found something down at the train station by the lake, apparently. And Strauss came back with that creepy little smile on his face. I'm sure there's a whole list of unfortunates he's forced money upon.
Thank you. And you?
I'm gonna read a book.
Alright. As for me, I'm gonna look around. Capodium updated. Camera. Allows you to take pictures of your surroundings. Alright. Excuse me. Mission complete, eastward bound. Ammo, provisions, and health supplies can be found at camp. Current stock levels are shown when near this.
Arthur, my boy. My dear boy.
Hey, Dutch.
What's going on?
Nothing. Nothing at all. For the first time in weeks. Nothing.
Your beard is getting long. You
We're
use shaving
free.
kit outside your tent
We're
or visit a barbershop
free
to
to plan
maintain your facial
our own
hair.
futures once more.
I hope so, Dutch.
You kept the faith, Arthur. You always
I have
kept-
some faith,
I
Arthur.
ain't losing it now.
Alright, see ya, Dutch. Each day Pearson will make stew which you can eat from the pot. I know. Alright. Time for me to shave. Let's go with the chops. Let's go right there. Chin. Go right there. Mustache. Right there. Alright. Spring Rocks, 1870. Beatrice Morgan. Must be his mom. Alright, rambles through woods and plains. Alright. A field guide to the Botanical Kingdom. When I immediately stumbled upon an old woman with some crow garlic. No, this is not a bulb of garlic sold by a miserable old crone. Indeed, she had less teeth than fingers, and a peculiar distemper for spewing auguries and portents. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But I purchased the crow garlic from her anyway. It is a lovely perennial that is a wild onion rather than garlic, but is delicious cooked in bread. Knowledge of native medicinal plants and herbs is essential for any frontiersman. Disorders of the blood are frequent, and having a fellow in camp that can exorcise the demon of Jaudience. Sorry if I mispronounced that word. Using a few hand-picked herbs boiled in a tea is essential. My hope, dear reader, is that you will take the knowledge in this book so that you may identify all plants and herbs and use the awareness for good. It has come to my notice that a few individuals have purchased my book and taken the information herein in order to concoct fermentations, to bring a curtain of oblivion down on the evening, awakening the next day piled on one another like sweaty sacks of potatoes, knowing not what kind of lewd, carnal, ostentian, I cannot say that, took hold by firelight. The very idea. Let's discuss the fungus that lives among us. I cannot pronounce that. Oh, he's got music on. Okay. I was about to say, what the fuck is that? This is commonly known as the parasol mushroom. In some regions, it is called the snake's hat. And I've heard this song before, by the way. The song that's playing right now. I've heard that song before. Snakes, of course, do not wear hats. They do, however, talk on occasion. The parasol mushroom is delicious to cook, but should not be eaten raw, as there are toxins that will give you a very unfavorable view of the world, and your gastrointestinal distress will surely be remarked upon. Emilia Badia. This mushroom is known as the bay bolette. These are quite common and can be found in large numbers. These are lovely to cook with garlic and give a distinctive taste of rotted wood that pairs well with a merlot. Do not be worried about the bluish marks that can occur on the other side. Like humans, these mushrooms bruise. Alright. Zoological Componium. J.D. Goddard. And moose are difficult to run down in such instances, furnishing poor sport. Look not only down, but up when tracking moose, for they break twigs, bend branches, and tear the ground up quite significantly. The badger. Many a man who nearly broke his neck or leg has cursed this animal, for in its pursuit of prey, it takes to digging holes. These quickly are covered by leaves or weeds, and along comes the rider into a death trap. I have been thrown from my horse on several occasions as it stepped into a badger hole. I got up, covered in dust, cursed to the heavens, then took to killing every one I could find within miles, wiping out an entire species, which I feel only lingering regret. At times, nature should be left to its own devices, up until the point where it inconveniences me, and then it should be eradicated. When approaching its hole, this idiotic creature will pop its head out to see what is coming, place the shot between the eyes, take the fur, and throw the rest in the stew pot. The skunk. Oh dear. Those who raise game birds or chickens are likely to hate the skunk for marooning, sorry if I mispronounced that, around hen houses. Farmer and forester alike should leave these beasts alone. Many take to shooting skunks for sport. However, they eat quite a large amount of insect larvae, which helps crops to prevent infestation of moths and caterpillars. When you upset the balance of nature, man must pay from his pocketbook for artificial substances to rid infestations, when he could have left it well enough alone. A note on animals, water, and debilitation. Serious sickness often takes the household when fouled water is drunk. This can debilitate a man from hunting or farming, and instead he is resigned to the outhouse while his spouse looks on in mournful derision and pity, as he neither pleases her in the bedroom nor provides ingredients for bread for the supper table. Damn. Creatures are thirsty too, and will fall into your well, spreading disease before it is discovered. Obtain a cast. Well, I just went over 60 minutes, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing. Obtain a cast and layer small pebbles, charcoal, and a layer of sand inside. Attach a faucet at the bottom in order to draw off the water. This will provide perfect drinking water, even if it tastes slightly like a dead raccoon. Alright, take that. I'm going to look around the camp, and then once I'm done looking around, that's going to be it. I'm going to have to split this up into 2 parts. Alright. And what's this? First bank robbery newspaper scrap. Alright, let's read. First bank robbery newspaper scrap. April 15th, 1887. Brazen bank robbery. 3 men sought. Mayor T.J. Belford has been a cashier at the banking house of Lee and Hoyt for a number of years, but nothing prepared him for what transpired last week. It was about 2 o'clock. 3 men, strangers to me, came through the door and walked up to the counter. One of them, the eldest of the 3, was a fine talker and engaged me in conversation. Suddenly, the largest, a big, sullen, young man, brandished a firearm and held it up to my face. "Throw up your hands," the third one said, who appeared to be the boss. The other 2 repeated the order with an oath, and the leader said, "My fine patriotic friends and I are going to relieve you of that gold and introduce a few folks to the benefits of civilization." They came around the counter and grabbed some sacks which contained $5,000 in gold. Damn. They demanded to know where the rest of the money was, and I pointed out 3 sacks containing silver, but it was too bulky for them. They retreated, and one warned against sounding an alarm. "I was never so terrified in my life," Mr. Belford told the reporter. The robbers are reported to have lingered in town, and there are unproven claims that the men traveled to hovels and shanties, and even a home for orphans, and gave handfuls of the ill-gotten gains to the poor. Aw. Kind of like a Robin Hood. Steal from the rich, give to the poor. Okay, I've already looked at that one. Put that one back. Flower. Ooh. Pretty. Arthur's father. Arthur's dog. Hosea, Dutch, Arthur. Way back in the day.
I don't even want to know what's in this.
Alright.
Laundry and sewing. The exciting life of an outlaw. Yes, if they only knew how boring it really is.
Banjo! Aw, I can't play the banjo. Oh well. Or the guitar. Oh, sorry, did not mean to do that.
Got you there, tough guy.
Just name the place, my friend. Just name the place.
Alright, put that one back. Aw, I knocked over the guitar. Sorry.
You're all talk.
You keep thinking that.
I know you're
Alright.
Morning.
Hello, Molly.
What's wrong? Thought you'd be happy to be off that mountain.
Oh, I don't know.
You ain't been yourself for a while.
Alright, contribute. I'll give that. You know what? Let's just give all of this. Since it's my very first time. Well, in a while doing this. Alright. And boom. $72. And my honor went up. I'm assuming it's not done. Nope.
You're Arthur, right?
Hello.
My name ain't no concern of yours.
I'm hungry.
Too damn
Don't
bad.
give a damn.
You seem like a decent feller behind it all.
Then you ain't a good judge of character.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it there then.
See ya, Kieran.
Come on, I'm so hungry.
Wah, wah, wah. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm gonna do? Ah, good old beer. Good old beer. Hey, Kieran. You want some food? Ooh. Have to read all that later. Hey, Kieran, want some baked beans? Mmm, food. Don't you love food? Don't you just love eating food? You're not getting a damn bike. Fuck you. Let me read this stuff. Pamphlet a recipe on how to craft cover scent. Alright. The tenderfoot hunter lies in wait for days, not taking detailed analysis of the direction of the wind, wondering why they have not encountered any game. Hunting can quickly become tedious and unsatisfactory if careful observation of the behavior of game doesn't occur. This recipe will block your scent and reduce the range at which predators detect you. Block your scent from predators in your vicinity. Skunk scent gland, beaver scent gland,
There must be enough for me to have a couple of bites.
muskrat scent gland. How to prepare. Obtains scent gland from one of these small animals. Heat over fire in a cup. Store in glass bottle with a secure stopper. Many an outing or courting has been ruined when this pungent product isn't secured. Did you know? Kerosene oil will relieve... I cannot say that first word.
Famished.
Rheumatic pain, sorry if I mispronounced that, and neuralgia. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Apply liberally to the entire body. Sit near a warm hearth. Alright. Let me read one more. Potent predator bait. While a bit of meat in a trap is always useful in luring predators, nothing brings the critters running like a bit of gritty fish meat a bit past its prime. Alligators, bears, boars, wolves, panthers, and more will smell it on the wind and come right towards the waiting hunter. The frontiersman's requirements: gritty fish meat, either blackberry, evergreen, huckleberry, raspberry, or wintergreen berry. How to prepare: 1. Take the berry and combine with fish meat. Mash all together in hand, stow in airtight fashion. Frontierman's tip: if burned, hold the burn area as close to a campfire as long as possible. It'll draw the fire out of the skin. Alright. Ooh, stew's done. And drop that, Arthur. Pearson's not going to be happy about that, Arthur. Alright. Nah. Hello, Mr. Pearson.
I apologize in advance for this stew.
I'll donate
It
this
needs
to
better
you.
meat.
One of these,
I'll take what I can
and
get.
2 of these. And one of the... Actually,
Fine, but make sure
there you
get
go.
a good price for it.
Many thanks, Mr. Morgan.
Crafting upgrades.
Mr. Morgan, bring me some materials, and I'll be glad to make something nice for you.
Alright. I'll look at that some other time.
I reckon I need to get
Actually,
my hands on some
Very
material.
into my crafting at the moment, Mr. Morgan. I'm very happy to make you something if you bring me the right materials.
Alright. I'm gonna have to go hunting a lot more in this game.
Thanks,
I
Pierce.
barely did that in my first Let's Play on this game. Hello.
How are you, Mr. Morgan?
You okay?
Ah, hello, Mr. Morgan.
Hello. Alright.
Don't forget about me. I'm starving. Don't mess with me, please.
I just heard that Adler woman wants to cut your dick off and feed it to a horse.
Please.
Wow. That's pretty cruel. Chicken. Alright. Chickens can be found inhabiting ranch, homesteads, and towns across the states. As omnivores, their diet consists of seeds, grains, and any insects they may find. Using a bow with small game arrows will successfully kill the chicken, and will do less damage to their meat. Their plump meat is a good source of food, and their feathers can be used for crafting. Alright. I love chicken. KFC, baby. What's this? Leonard to Lenny from father. January 12th, 1894. My dear Leonard, it is only 3 days since you and your mother stood on the platform so dutifully until my train was out of sight, and already I feel compelled to write. How handsome you looked then. You must learn chastity young, and learn it well. There are truths a man of my upbringing finds it easier to set down than to speak, even to his son. Even to his son. I expect this is not easy for a boy to understand. In some ways, I hope you do not understand it. Here is one such truth. I know that I have sometimes been more tutor than father to you, but do not let my sermons on your future as a lawyer persuade you that I see you more as pupil than son. When we meet again on Sunday next, I expect I will have stiffened once more, but this brief distance gives me liberty to tell you that you have redeemed more than you know, or can ever know, or should ever be expected to bear. I expect the yard to be clear of snow when I return. I see that it bores you, but you must learn to accumulate yourself to all useful labor, however menial, and as always, read this letter aloud to your mother, and where I have written is not, do not say ain't. I am as ever your loving father. Alright. What's this one? Can I read it? U.S. Army Discharge Certificate. This is to certify that Marion Williamson is hereby dishonorably discharged from the military service of the United States by reason of attempted murder and deviancy. Dated this 27th day of December 1892. Officer in charge, Colonel Harold T. Irving, 15th Infantry. Damn. Dishonorably discharged. Shit. I didn't mean to read that. Again. Put that back. Can I read the newspaper? I'll take the whiskey bottle. Overeating will cause you to gain weight, while not eating regular enough will cause you to lose weight. Okay. The case of the disciple German. Item request, log updated. Hosea enjoys crime novels. Find one for him. Alright. Oh dear, that's a lot to read. Number 18 in a series of Aldous Filson mysteries. London lay enveloped in a thick blanket of fog. It hung like a blanket that has been hung up from a place you hang things from. And the ancient but bustling city, the most wonderful and awful place in the entire world, was both pretty and sinister, like a young girl who tempts a bachelor into marriage, or a jewel that tempts a man into murder. These were my thoughts as I sat by doing the things a gentleman does while idly waiting for an adventure to start at the beginning of a story. Sorry, I had to get me something to drink. Anyways, and just as our last adventures had ended, so a new adventure was about to begin. I knew it, and Aldous Filson knew it. Even our rooms knew it, or they seemed to, as an expectant air hung about the place much like the fog, both hanging together like two friends who live together I'm not gonna read that. And that, dear reader, is precisely what we did next. Continuing on, yes, even Filson, the most brilliant man in the Empire, detective, yoga, sage, scientist, organist, raconteur, occasional thief, patriot, and expert in 1,000 other subjects besides, even he was surprised. Upon my word, he repeated, still surprised. What are you doing here? For standing in front of us, as if he had not been last seen locked up in a tower on a tropical island, awaiting certain doom, was the worst man in all of Europe. The most dastardly, most Germanic, most domineering, and injurious, I cannot pronounce that word, Baron Baron von Schwarzhart. Needless to say, his weapon was drawn. I did not come here for revenge, Herr Filson, he drawled, Germanically. Then why are you here? I sputtered, enormously. Firstly, to provide that even the best man in Great Britain is no match for a German aristocrat. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Something the look in both of your faces demonstrated as I walked through the door. Secondly, to offer you a deal. The Baron's eye patch twitched as he spoke. Only a fool would trust a man like him, and Filson was no fool. He was an Englishman, first and foremost. I make no deals with the likes of you, Baron, but I acknowledge that your escape surprised even me. And it is over 5 years since I... Never mind. Whereas I do almost every day, I interposed. That's because, my dear friend, you are one of life's innocents. I was stung like a person who had just been stung by a bee or even a scorpion by this abomination that cut me hard. Or admonition, excuse me, that cut me hard. But I grinned and bore it, for Filson could be unkind, but I forgave him. And now I think of it, he was like a scorpion, cunning, baffling, and with a sting in his long tail. This was something the Baron had forgotten. London was shrouded in mysterious fog. The German was cunning, and yet Filson was more foggy, mysterious, and cunning than both of them combined. In a trice, he had disarmed the Baron and had a rapier held quivering against his chin. Now, my dear Baron, if you don't want me to penetrate you like a fish with this sword, tell me just who you are and what you are doing. I'm the Baron von Schwarzhart, he gasped, but as he spoke, his disguise began to slip. Stood before us was not a German at all, but even worse, a woman. Well then. Companions will sometimes ask for help retrieving an item. Find and return it to them at camp for a reward. Alright. He wants crime novels. I'll go find him some crime novels. Hosea and Bessie photograph. September 1883. Alright. Anything else? I can't read the newspaper for some reason. I don't need another whiskey bottle. I'm good. Hi, Dutch.
Arthur,
How's a cigar?
not bad. But sometimes I prefer a pipe. I've been meaning to get one for ages. I left the old one in.
And Blackwater, I know. Well, if I find one, you can have it.
Well, you are
All right.
a gentleman, Mr. Morgan.
Gotta find him a pipe.
I raised you well.
Don't take too much.
Item
time,
request.
your work.
Log updated. Dutch has asked for a pipe. I'll see if I can find one out and about.
Uh-huh.
I want to read this. Molly's poem.
Leave me
I
some
cannot
space.
say that first word. I cannot pronounce that. I was a girl until your call commanded me to cross the sea. I've nothing left. I gave you all. My darling Liffey was so small.
Haven't you got
Your
anything
land and
better to
love.
do?
Sorry. Let me leave.
Sorry there, Dutch.
Oh, I want to finish reading this. So small,
Will
your
you
land
leave
and
me
love
alone?
fasted. Sorry. I was a girl until your call. You stood so strong and dark and tall. You stored the heartbeat out of me. I've nothing left. I gave you all. Your lips enchant, your eyes enthrall. Your empire is of ecstasy. I was a girl until your call. Your parasites and lackeys crawl, mocking a love they dare not see. I've nothing left. I gave you all. I sit in solitude and scrawl these wretched words, excuse me. Why did I say words? Ugh. These wretched words and wait for thee. I was a girl until your call. I've nothing left. I gave you all. Nice poem. American Eden. By Eveline Miller. They say that only the fool quotes himself, and I confess that along with ample reserves of stupidity, I have also been cursed with an excess of vanity. So the reader will forgive me if I quote myself. The real America can only be found not in desires, but in the purity of its landscape. This remark is commonplace enough, but in my commonplace mind it resonated since I wrote it in a second-rate book a few years ago. What did I mean by it? When I wrote it, I did not mean very much by it. I merely liked the turn of phrase. But since then, this idea has captured my mind. America is a land that is captivated by its own appetites. Of that, there can be no doubt. We are taught to cherish only the temporary feelings of satiety that repeated binging upon our appetites can ensure. Yet, this is not liberty. We are not free merely to choose a poison. We are free to think, to feel, and to be. We are free to live in this landscape, in this Eden, if we chose it so to be, and live free from these unceasing desires. The very things that have plagued European man since the Enlightenment. The great sea of desires that leads to all of mankind's sordid folly. Here, in this landscape so perfectly cherished by our native cousins, we, they, and all those who value it are free to worship at God's truest altar, the altar of the actual America. The soil, rock, and trees that make this vast and perfect place so perfect. Yet we will spoil it with European delusions. The delusions that we can compete with God. That our built environment can transcend His. That our factories and the squalid conditions that arise in the towns in which they are built will somehow allow us to be happy. We are not fools, for fools cannot see their idiocy. We are somehow worse than fools, for we will ourselves to do things with such profound stupidity, despite knowing that we will hate what we have built. Who likes a factory? Which man's soul was ever lifted up by a tenement building? Who enjoys seeing working men reduced to wretches, and their wives and children treated not as cherished members of a family, but as an awful burden? We need better, and yet better is all around. Better is America. I want to read this fucking book if it exists in real life. Holy shit. By attempting to transform it into a poor impersonation of Europe, we are, as Adam, eating once more of the apple, only this time knowing full well the consequences. To free the American soul, this new world soul, we must free the American spirit from the prison in which we have placed it. We must return to the American landscape. We must seek our solace, our comfort, our very heaven in the perfection and splendor of this place. Holy shit! If this is a real book, I want to freaking read this. Like, if this is a real book, I want to read it. If I gotta find it online somewhere, I want to freaking read that. That was a very interesting freaking read. You know, I love the United States of America, but we've had our issues and we've done some despicable things in our, history as well. Existence and Oblivion. Oh dear, it's quite a lot. By Nikolai Fedorov, translated from the Russian by Hubert Pallet. Chapter 47. You're wrong, brother. Very wrong, opened the priest, sickly and pale though he now undeniably was. His brother, Andrea Denisovic, sorry if I mispronounced that, stared at him. Pride and shame intermingled in his face. Pride that he was what he had set out to be, above all, that he was the man the world saw him to be, and shame that his brothers saw through him so effortlessly and with such devastating consequences for them both. All these constructed illusions, and yet underneath he was just a little boy, naked before the God he no longer quite believed in, nor could quite abandon. I want to hate you, Sergei Denisovic, brother. I want it very badly, and yet I envy you more than any man alive, he admitted. Then he turned away. I don't understand. I am sick beyond repair. I am humiliated beyond repair. What have I to envy? I am, as you yourself said, a disgrace to our family and to the motherland, said the priest. Yet, you have faith. You still have faith, said his brother Andrea. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I am a man set adrift. I am not even a man. I may be a gentleman, but I am no man. I am a wonderful animal. An animal in a frock coat. I have killed well, hunted well, fought well, loved women well, and yet I am not a man. Not like you. I am an animal. I live like an animal. I have the dignity, even the innocence of an animal. But I am still an animal. The lamp flickered, then it went out. They sat for a long time in the dark, silent, disconsolate, and suddenly overjoyed. The priest wheezed a little. More remained unspoken between them, and yet there was nothing more than needed to be said. Life, at the very last, made sense to him. His cavalry would be lonely and thankless. He had long known that, and long accepted his fate, and yet, like others who are truly fortunate, he saw that for all his disgrace and his fall, all the trouble he had caused, his life was a thing of great joy for his life. In this moment, his life was a thing of great joy for his life in this moment, had all that had eluded him through the years of his disgrace. His life had acquired grace and the light that entered into it. You know, brother, I remember when we were boys, it was you, not me, who was intended for the church, he croaked. I turned my back on that nonsense a long time ago, said his brother sadly. And yet, I found only other nonsense. For you, there is still time, said his brother. For me, there is no more time, and nor do I need it. I long for all that you have. I went to Paris. I went to England. I went to Copenhagen. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I found nothing but idle pleasures. Pleasures that showed me that the Russian way is not the European way, that we can only find our salvation in trees and forests, and yet here I am in St. Petersburg, enjoying the life of an idle fool. And trapped, brother. Trapped. We are never trapped, said Sergia. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name anymore. Fuck it. If you learn anything from me, learn that. The spring had been a lonely one for him, a terrifying look into the void that would envelop him unless he acted. They looked at each other calmly, both at peace with what was now inevitable. The church bell chimed in the distance. The peasants walked home in the evening twilight. The world was both old and very, very new. He knew that he must kill his brother, and he, his brother, his beloved partner, the man he loved and hated more than any other, knew that he must die. He was not afraid, for this would save his brother's family, and ultimately the estate and all its souls. The eternal life, the truer, better life awaited him, and he was happy to die. Do it, brother, he implored, his sickly yellowish eyes bright and tear-stained. His brother would not look at him. His brother who had fought the French and the British, who had won duels, was close to tears. Do what? He stammered. Do what must be done. Do what will make you a man, make you whole, save the world. I am not afraid. You must do it. I fear nothing aside from your cowardice. Let me know that my brother is a man, not a coward, the sickly priest said, half in jest, yet both knew he was serious. Oh. Dutch gets us in some really deep shit. Real deep. I can't read this one. I'm still looking around camp. Anything over here? I can't take that, unfortunately. Pick up the bucket. You know what? I got an idea. Ah, never mind. Honor and character attributes can be increased by partaking in daily chores around the camp. These efforts will be recognized by the gang. Cancel that. Pick up the hay bale. Alright. basically just relaxing here for this Let's Play video. I'm gonna have to definitely split this up into 2 parts. Alright. There you go. Deadeye, 25% to level 3. Alright. I know nothing's really happening here in this Let's Play video, but hey, you know, I'm having fun. What a view of the snowy mountain there. Alright. My honor went up. I can't pick up anymore. Pick up the sack. Alright, take the sack to Peterson's wagon. Hello.
Got some provisions there, do you, Arthur?
Mm-hmm. I don't mind. Helping out with the camp. Alright, here you go, Mr. Pearson. Deadeye, 50% to level 3. Pick up this sack. I was about to say, what the fuck happened to my game? Why? I thought it locked up there.
Getting to where we need supplies for an army.
Huh. Alright. There you go.
We subverting in our own ways, aren't we?
Ooh, chop up some firewood. Sure. I used to do this with my dad all the time back in the day. And chop. Alright. I know my friend Shy is probably going to be like, this is boring. Hey, you know, it's fun for me. Helping out the camp. Beautiful game. I used to do this stuff in real life anyways. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Alright. Let's go check this out over here. Hello.
How you feel?
Stronger for sure.
Good.
Not strong enough to work.
Swanson's Bible. Ooh. Well then, Mr. Swanson. If I take that from him, he'll be pissed off.
Thing is, Dutch, it isn't. Well, what's the plan? I mean, after Blackwater, we don't want any more deaths.
I ain't just some two-bit huckster.
Alright. Alright, I'll take care of this. Because why the hell not? I took care of the other chores. Alright. Alright. Anything else around camp to do? How you doing? How you doing, Kieran? Not
Just give me a reason, boy.
I told you I ain't even a real O'Driscoll.
When I was a little girl, I guess I hoped for... No. I used to dream a lot.
alright, Kieran.
We all dreamt a lot.
Whatever you say.
When we grew into women. I was the one who was good.
Alright. I'm guessing that's everything here to do here in camp for now. Yep. Hi, Micah.
So you and Lenny didn't see no trouble when you scouted ahead?
Nothing too much. No Pinkertons, anyway.
Good.
Good.
Hi, Mary Beth. Alright. Well, that's gonna do it for this Let's Play video. Let me get back in here. Get me a good night's rest. Well, sleep to the nighttime, excuse me. I've been recording for such a long time now. When you gain or lose weight, okay, we'll be showing your health core. Ah, gentlemen.
I think I'll
Hey.
close a date.
Why are you pacing around? Just sit.
Okay. Alright. Actually, rest by the campfire. I think this is the perfect way to end this video here. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in my next Let's Play video here on the official K-On Gaming HD. This is the official K-On Gaming HD signing out. Peace out, stay safe, and have a great day, everyone.